I remember seeing even people just removing their tissues and crying. And me, I was gone. Like my makeup was just all over my veil. It was just like kushaivishan.
And and you've pulled this entire crew together, her friends are there, and then she just goes like, Kijana simama.
The wedding itself, you always think celebration.
Yeah.
There's already that. But make sure you actually celebrate.
Right.
And do the things which will actually help you enjoy it and truly celebrate.
It's about the quality of the person you want to be as a partner in the future.
Can get tight. That part, she gets really tight.
That's a good quality.
That's not good.
Oh my gosh.
Date in purity. There's no compromise. He won't love you more if you compromise, or she won't love you more if you compromise on your value. I'm like, God, please, for your glory, prove them wrong. That you may be lifted up in this nation and in this institution of marriage.
Welcome to Weddings Bila Filter podcast, where we discuss all things weddings. We talk about the beauty, the fun, all the positive vibes about a wedding, all that good stuff. But we also keep it real here. We talk about the cringe side of weddings, the ugly stuff, the bad stuff, the stuff that we may not be too comfortable to talk about. And we do this because we love weddings, because weddings are a fun topic to discuss. We do this also so that we can dream with you, we can inspire you, but so that we can also caution you about all things weddings. So if this is your kind of conversation, consider subscribing. And by the way, it is whether you're getting married, planning a wedding, or will one day plan a wedding, or you simply love the behind-the-scenes tea about weddings, consider subscribing. My name is Kimari Maina, an event host and master of ceremonies here in Kenya, and I'm honored to be hosting this podcast. And today I am so stoked to be having what I believe will be a very lit conversation with an amazing couple. Actually, the first couple to host that we shall be hosting here in this podcast. Very exciting. John and Kerry Kamau. John is a finance professional supporting NGOs located here in Kenya and in the US. In my opinion, he is the grounding in this relationship, and you're about to see why. And also his wife, Kerry, most people know her as Kerry Kagiri. For those who do not know, when you're wanaishi chini ya mawe, I'll also introduce her. She is an evangelist. She's a renowned podcaster, singer-songwriter here in Kenya. At the time of this recording, she's hosting the Love God's Way podcast, but you can follow her on all platforms, Kerry Kagiri, to catch up on what she is doing at that moment, at the moment where you'll be watching this. She is the energy in this relationship. And shameless plug, by the way, they have written a devotional. Are you marriage material? Are you marriage material? You can get yourself a copy, especially if you're considering getting married. You can get yourself a copy at Keswick, or you can call the number that we're going to leave down here in the description. All right. I absolutely love how you guys balance each other, and I had the joy of being with you and walking with you guys during your wedding. But before we get into the wedding, I do need to ask about your wedding story. I do need to ask, Kerry, did you know that John was going to propose the day that he did propose? Did you see it coming?
I did not. I had a sense that it would happen eventually, because what had happened was a few months before that he proposed on June the 5th. So on March the 4th, he had given me a commitment ring. And that was just a symbol of his commitment. So I was like, hey, labda hii ndio tunaenda nayo hadi harusi. So this whole rock, if you smell what the rock is cooking. Yeah, the whole rock came as a huge surprise. And it was perfect. It was actually perfect. We decided to put it up on my YouTube channel, Kerry Kagiri, so you can watch what this man did. It was perfect. And let me just segue to say, I never thought that I would be proposed to, like in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
So most of the experiences I'd had prior were like, ushaiona proposal kwa Bible. Why are you asking for things that dunia? Like it was made to feel like
Mandugu kanisa walikuwa nasema hivyo. Wow.
Yeah. So it was like, I'm asking for too much. So I was like, okay, let me just resolve, because I still want a family. Ni sawa tu. So when this whole thing happened, and he always likes to reiterate how shocked I was. What did you say about it?
I I was shocked at how shocked you were.
Yeah.
No, like I thought she'd be more chill about it, but she was actually was like, hold on, this is she's actually really, really,
It was
really
bad.
shocked. So shocked by how shocked she was.
Speaking of which, you ended up using her crew
Yes.
to shoot the engagement. How did you get her crew and her friends to be part of this surprise engagement that she did not see coming?
So I think this was a God thing because she was talking about doing something on the show she was working on at the time, and she was, I think, her finding love or just on the way, the journey
before
to the big day.
before the big day. Yeah.
Before the big day. So she had told me about it, like, I'm thinking of doing this. Maybe talk to my producer and see what we can do. So when she said that, I was like, I'd been thinking, like, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? She said that, and then one day I just woke up in the morning and it all clicked. She had said, talk to my producer. So there was an excuse to ask her for the producer's number, and she'd been suspicious. So it clicked that particular morning. Then I think a day or 2 days later, she was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to see my producer, this, that, and the third. I was like, okay, give me his number. Let me call him and we can have this discussion. So I called the producer. We planned a meeting, went to his studio. His wife was there too. We talked about it. I told them, this is what I'm thinking. And they were like, we will be glad to do it because they'll also be shooting content. So they're like, okay, we'll bring in the cameras, we'll do this, we'll talk to her and tell her like, okay, we need to now start shooting this content. This is where we'll go shoot it. And then also I talked to her sister. Her sister came in big time. And then she had mentioned she actually wanted her friends to be there. They are very, very close friends.
So how did the friends end up being part of?
Part of that discussion was her friends will be part of the content, because they know her intimately, they know her well. They'll be part of her journey as she goes, she films, her journey to the big day. So I called her 3 friends. I told them, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm planning. And they're like, yes, we are all in. All of them.
One of the friends, our best maid, you didn't tell her.
So because that wasn't part of
and why we already had a best maid at this point, and I don't know if I'm going ahead with the conversation, is because we decided to do a premarital counseling class. And part of the premarital counseling class is that you get a couple who has at least over 4 years experience in marriage to journey with you.
Okay. Yes.
And so ultimately, they'll become your best couple. And so our best maid is one of the people who I know in my heart in this life loves me deeply and genuinely. She just loves me. Like, she's the person I would say who literally on my birthday would bake a cake and bring, for my birthday, So she was part of the people who was like, if I'm doing content on love and marriage, she should be there.
She actually was the one who called her. That I had not thought about her yet, but she called
I was
her.
like, hey, we're shooting this thing. Hey, you have to be there.
Yeah, she showed up. Everybody else, she called the other people too, but I'd call them and told them, this is what I'm doing. And she'll call you telling you like, hey, please come through. Want to do this content. So I'd warn them in advance so they make themselves available. They'd be ready.
There was one suspect. My best friend is such a busy woman. But she was too available. So I was like, this is sus. She's like, yeah, I'm there. Yeah, what time? Like she's
too readily available.
I'm like, it's always like a thing. And then it was a weekday. It was a Thursday, if I'm not wrong.
It was a Thursday.
Yeah.
And by the way, John, I know a guy who proposed and then was told, not yet.
What?
Kuja tu pole pole.
I had that experience.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yourself?
In the girlfriend stage. When I was asking her to be my girlfriend.
Oh, like in this relationship?
Yeah, in this relationship. I asked her, will you be my girlfriend? She said, I'm not ready, not yet. I don't know if she said I'm not ready, but she said not
wait.
yet. Wait, she said wait.
So what if, or had you thought about an instance where she would have told you, hey, not yet? And and you've pulled this entire crew together, her friends are there, and then she just goes like, hey, kijana simama.
This one I was confident because she was giving me hints, she was giving me clues, like I want to experience being a fiancé.
Oh,
she was
I did say that.
She
I was like, that was like we have kind of a wedding date. Yeah. And at this point, you'd already gone to my dad for the Goraime and Go
introduction.
Yeah. So I'd already done that, but Miss Kwana Mawe. As a matter of fact, my uncle told my dad, like, yo, I'm not seeing a ring on her finger.
So are you having such
Is she engaged?
conversations?
Yeah. Where is it coming? Bless you, uncle. Anyway, yeah. So
Yeah, she had already hinted
yeah, I
enough.
was like, I'm not gonna
So I was
have fiance
confident,
season.
You know, I was confident enough, like, you know, I'll
So
get a
maybe
yes.
so maybe ladies out there should probably just hint at the man, or at least make it open that you're ready to be proposed.
Yeah, because you guys
Yes.
are a bit clueless,
So-
but
Yes, we are clueless.
yeah.
Ah,
No,
seriously.
I
Thanks for accepting.
refuse.
No,
Thanks for
yeah.
accepting.
We don't know what you're thinking. Like, even when I asked her to be my girlfriend, I thought that's what she wanted. You know, of course I wanted it too, but I thought she was ready to take that next step.
Yeah.
But I apparently completely missed it. You know? So that's what I'm saying. Hey, give people a clue.
Give people a clue.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your wedding. And I remember when we were planning it, we initially started, with a small number of people, and then that small number of, was it 100, became 400, 4 times the number. Why did you choose to go the
And
direction
then
of having
ultimately on the day,
way more? Why did you choose to have an open wedding, especially knowing that a lot of people know you and people are so excited to finally have Kerry's getting married, and there was a lot of excitement around that. A lot of people usually go to AG weddings. They opt to go to AG weddings. Some people opt to have a small wedding, but you guys decided to open it up and let's see how it goes. Why? Why did you guys open up your wedding to, I would say, to the public?
So that wasn't my initial plan. My initial plan was I was calling it a COVID wedding, just because COVID, 50 people, 20 people maybe, maximum 50. That's what I wanted, But then when we started talking and just discussing, she convinced me that actually let's just do an open wedding. She has so many people in her life, and these were people who actually cared about her, who were praying for her, walking along with her on this journey. And she was like, man, it's just so many people. Let's just trust God, make it open, and go for it. So
my initial desire for a wedding was 70,000 people at KICC, sponsored by Safaricom, Coca-Cola, and all the brands. I could see myself, that aisle that has the flags? Like I could see an aerial shot of my long trail. I still did the long trail. Just walking in the middle, and the whole country is at a standstill, and it's, streaming live on Citizen TV. Like, that was my dream. And so getting a husband who's like, 50 people, I was like, okay, fine, 1,000, let's. So I always wanted to have an open wedding. I always wanted people to just eat mchele and whatever we could afford. I just came from a space where weddings were fun and not, weddings are for everyone. Like, wedding is the event that you can crash. Like unaweza show up at, mnaenda wapi Saturday, tunaenda harusi, tuende. And you all show up and you all just dance and
This
and
is how
eat.
Kenyan weddings start at 700 or 500 people,
Yeah.
and then they bounce.
Yeah.
It's our
Because
culture.
It's supposed to be fun, and it's also a testament of what God loves. Like everything in the Bible, it's the bride, the groom, the wedding. The wedding that we're waiting for and anticipating is actually the coming of Christ. And so I just didn't think it's something ya kufungia watu, like kukaziana. I just thought it's something that should be fun. I've gone to these weddings for 30 people. Mnakaa, kila mtu akona meza yake. I feel like hata you can't enjoy. But it's just open, free sitting, kula. Chakula ikisha imeisha, enda ukule kwenu. And also, one thing also, and I can say finally, my pastor, Reverend, the one who joined us,
Reverend.
Ben Wendo. Yes,
Wendo,
Ben Wendo.
yes.
He said people want to see that marriage part. Ile ya, I, my boy, take you, Kamau, to be my, like, hiyo ndio part you slap. And actually, as you saw when our deputy bishop was speaking, he said, hajaona that many people gathered for this joining part. Because people come like a few, then they come reception more. So I think it actually happened on the reverse on our day. So I wanted everyone to come. In fact, there are so many people who are like, you didn't invite me. And anyone who says I didn't invite them, I'm like, I even posted on my status so that you come. So if you didn't see, we didn't talk that month.
I'll remind you of a vision that you guys shared.
Yeah.
And it was, we want Christ glorified and we want there to be an opportunity for people to give their lives to Christ. Kind of hard to do that if your wedding has 50, 100 people. So maybe tie those two. Why you opened up, because there was an evangelistic approach as well to your wedding.
So, yeah, way early on, I don't think we had even discussed this. It was just like an understanding, like, hey, we want, of course, people to have fun, but most importantly, for them to get a chance to hear the gospel and be given an opportunity to respond to what they had. So, yes, with 50 people, it's like, okay, how much of a response will you get? But opening it up to as many people as possible, just throwing, casting out a big net as possible. That was something I was like, okay, that will better results, more people, and yeah, it will help us accomplish what we really needed. Yes.
So then maybe let me ask, now that you've done a wedding, looking back, and I say this because a lot of times couples don't get to, or don't spend time to audit their wedding to check and see, what did we really love about our wedding? Actually, most couples, at least the ones I've worked with and interacted with, have what I call wedding fatigue or wedding planning fatigue. And so you want to do away with that day completely and not discuss it, give yourself a break for like 6 months, and then maybe you can come back to it. I don't know if you guys have already experienced it and now you're on this side where you can talk about it, because I want to find out from you what your big, maybe even three big moments or 3 big things about your wedding that you enjoyed the most. And if you're to do your wedding again, those are the things that you would definitely have at your wedding.
Wow.
I think there's this moment, we have a photo, and I don't know if it'll be able to be inserted, but we have a moment where he and I were just in our own zone, and we can tell everyone was in their own zone, but he and I were just locked in. We were just having a really good time, especially during the reception and the dancing part, which we couldn't get enough of, and we're just like, why does this have to end? But there's a program, really loved the
Wait, the time you guys were locked in was at the reception or the ceremony?
reception.
Reception?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Yes, it was at the reception.
We were still locked in at the ceremony, but this particular picture just captured that moment perfectly. Like me and her were in just our own world, and you could see everybody else was
Which
just,
is the beauty of post-production.
Yeah.
The picture is now on screen.
Yeah.
yeah, but that picture just captured it perfectly. It just showed us, like, literally, like, when we noticed it, we were like, wow, look at this. Like, for us, we're just in our own world, and everybody else seems just to be on their own world. But for us, we're just, like, completely locked in. Yes.
Yeah. I think also the worship at the beginning of the wedding. People still talk about it today. They're like, wow. Like, there was this moment, like, so for those who maybe didn't get to watch it, we streamed the wedding. Like, we wanted everyone to be a part of it. And so when we walked in, of course there was a lot of noise and baby Arusi and whatnot. But when he came to get me, the worship team broke into "We give you all
I remember this.
I remember seeing even people just removing their tissues and crying.
I remember this.
This one neighbor of mine, she said she thought it was a mass wedding because she's like, what are all these people doing here? Then she was like, she saw how we were worshiping. Like, me, I was almost going down on my knees. My husband was just all like,
Can I tell you this?
Yeah.
I teared.
You did, yeah?
I teared at that. Yeah,
What
that
was
particular
God
moment.
is so good.
I was like, wow,
God is
this
so
really
good.
cool.
It was a moment. And me, I was God. Like, my makeup was just all over my veil. It was just like Kusha. At least she locked the makeup, but whatever was there. So it was such a beautiful moment. That one, I would repeat that. And maybe you could add one more.
So, yes, the
Heck,
wedding
add
in
3
itself.
more.
Okay.
Like,
3 more.
there's no limit here.
No limit. So the wedding itself, we always think celebration.
Yeah.
There's already that. But make sure you actually celebrate.
Right.
And do the things which will actually help you enjoy it and truly celebrate. And it doesn't become a to-do, and that's where somebody like you comes in. You help keep everybody in line, keep things moving the right way. So bringing people will actually help with everything, the right people, help with everything, so
Yeah,
that you
get
can
a
actually celebrate that day. What you referenced earlier, that some people don't talk about it for like 6 months. I think we started talking about it that same day
Right.
or the following day.
Right.
Like, man, yeah, that was
No,
good.
we had a really,
profound.
really,
Yeah.
really good time. As in,
Yes.
from the morning of which we did things a bit opposite, the shoots, that was amazing. I think they kind of just removed that pressure for those moments. It
You're not
removed-
leaving your guest anymore.
Yeah.
You're going to stay with your guests to the end. Yeah.
We had so many.
Yes.
What are the things you're celebrating about the day?
The day, so just as it's a celebration itself. So make sure you're actually in it. You know, from the small moments, like when you, I like this. The videographer captured something. I think when you the makeup was being done, and you just started talking and saying, I think maybe BB or whatever, something like that.
Well,
You
that was in
captured
the morning. Yes, I
that
remember
very
that.
early in the
Yeah,
morning.
yeah.
But you're already in the moment. You're like, you're not stressed about nothing. You could, you know, that was just a small thing.
Right.
But when I saw it on video, I was like, man, this looks so good. So just making sure you're in the moment, everything
The
from
number
the
of
small
times-
details to the big
The
stuff.
number of times I have told a bride, let's switch roles. You be the MC, me, I'll be the bride. I told you that actually a couple of
When?
times. Yeah. Like, see, we just switch roles because you seem to be doing my job.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
So because now you're still, as a couple, you have to take off the hat of planning
Yes.
and put on the hat of being the guest of honor
Yeah.
and enjoy
Yes.
the day, which is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yes.
As the number of times I've told guys, just, okay, let's switch roles. Yeah, me, I'll be the bride, you be the MC for the rest of the day. Then at that point, it hits them. Yeah, actually, I should check out
Yeah.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
the planning so that I can really enjoy.
Yeah, just chill.
I like how you actually had a vision and then that vision came to pass. But because you really zeroed in on it, worship was a really key part
Yep.
of your vision. And the thing that people talk about is worship
Right.
because that was part of
Right.
your vision.
Right.
So make sure you enjoy the day, meaning like set it up before.
Yeah.
You know, have somebody like you, other people come in and help you. To that second part, like just have a clear vision, just the both of you. You know, don't involve anybody else just yet. You know, just be you, the both of you and God, and like, okay, actually, what do we really need this to look like? Like, think through it, pray through it, and figure it out, and be like, okay, actually, this is really what we want. You know, and then bring in the people to help you do it. And the third thing I think we really did that helped us was we started a prayer group.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and these individuals every Tuesday, 5 a.m. You know,
Locked
there,
in.
there was no time we were by ourselves on that prayer meeting. You know, people showed up, and so for a period of I don't know how long, like 2 months, you know, there was a prayer team praying. You know, every
Over
Tuesday.
all the steps, the difficult ones, the easy ones, the provision.
Exactly. Yes.
Wait, did you say 5 months?
Too.
No, 2
Oh,
months.
2
I
months.
think
2 months,
about
yeah.
2 months or so. Yeah. So
That means that was probably the first group created because that was way before we put together the planning group, before
Yeah.
we put together
I
the...
think so.
Yeah, other than bridal party.
So
Yeah.
one of our mentors really encouraged us, Mr. Achiro.
Yes.
He was like, yo, you guys need to be praying, you know, start a group or something. I don't remember how
Actually,
he phrased it, but he really
there's
encouraged us.
More than that, there's one of my our choir members. When I was telling her like the venue we really wanted, we can't get it. She's like, "Nim number."
Oh,
I
wow.
was like, "What? Okay." But
Yeah,
had
I
to
remember
go-
you telling me.
Yeah, I was like, these things are not working out because we're not praying. Yeah.
Yeah. So have a clear vision, bring in the right people, and pray. You know, I think those three things really allowed us to have a good time, enjoy ourselves. And that actually has spilled into marriage. And yeah, we can talk about that later, but that really spilled into marriage.
So there's let's flip the coin. Let's talk about the stuff that perhaps you feel you could have done different. So a different way of asking that question is if you could speak to today's John and today's Kerry could speak to the John back in the day or the Kerry back in the day when you guys were planning your wedding, what would you tell that guy?
So sometimes I think we rushed it, you know, but looking back, I'm like, did we even, like everything worked out.
Yeah.
So maybe take it a little bit just slower and just go through every moment and you know, like fully be immersed in every moment. So I think that's one thing. Like, I think we did it quickly.
The
but
wedding or the marriage?
not just from the planning and
Okay,
all that.
okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think we planned it in like a month. Maybe
Say
even
this.
less.
Madness. Unless you are John and Kerry, please don't
Don't try
plan.
this at home.
Don't try this at home.
I have a video of Kimari at the end of the wedding. Because he was like, there's no way you can't do a wedding in less than 6 months. There's so many. I did a video of him and like, as he was walking out at 10
Yeah, but
p.m.
listen to what your husband is saying now.
Okay,
So definitely. I don't, if you can do it, well, kudos to you. But it's, I think, less stress if you actually just take your time, go through everything. She thought differently,
Yeah.
which was okay. But
and I still do, and maybe I
Yes.
can say why.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is why you can't spend a whole year of your life planning for one day. It's one day out of 365. And I can guarantee you, however meticulously you plan, you obsess, you do. Bado, humans are humans. You're dealing with people.
Yeah.
And people who are of very different opinion, unless you have envisioned them. And, even the parents, mewambia ni hivi na ni hivi, tunaenda hapa, shikeni laini. The dynamic will still dynamic for you, okay? And so I was just like, the sooner we plan, the sooner we have the day, the better for us to do other things in life. I can imagine if right now, because now the other option was August 7th, 2026, now we would have still been talking about wedding planning. Sai, tukikuwa tu bado, hey, dress haijaisha, Kimari. And Kimari is in a different season of his life right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, it's one day. And as long as, and one thing you really helped us with, Kimari, I'll say this, because at that time you were wearing more hats. And now Niyara is there now as a
Yes.
platform that you can all get on to.
Everybody needs to go on there.
Right.
Everybody go on there.
Is that we had clarity of the vision from the beginning. And that was so good. Because then I remember Kimari said to us, I've not heard you guys mention deco. Because those became important but secondary. So we locked in on the worship, we locked in on the experiences, the videography, the photos, and stuff like that. We locked in on the moments, what he wanted as well, what I wanted. And then now the rest came to just beautify and amplify that experience.
Right.
So if you're just like, tunataka tu harusi, mnataka nini? So people are just on aesthetic only. So there's no content. This wedding that had so many aesthetics, they forgot to bring sound. Did you see that? Right?
Yeah.
Perfect garden, perfect setup, but there was no sound. Walijimbia nimetafuta kote. What was that? So as we had to lock in, the first person we called, Julia, sound, sasa, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it helped.
I get it. Maybe what I would say is, and interesting because when I spoke with your sister, because I was trying to understand Kerry, now you see, a lot of people know Kerry, in front of a screen, but not Kerry at a personal level. So I had to call your sister and go like, I need to understand
This
sister.
bride.
And then she said, I know what you're talking about. Please understand that my sister can get a lot of things done in a day, and she can get a lot of things done in a month.
Yeah.
And the wedding is one of them. That is who she is. So it's understanding who you are and then running with then who you are. So don't ascribe to a slow wedding if that's not your personality. Don't ascribe to planning it first if that's not your personality.
Okay,
Yes.
Work with your personality. And I think
Yes.
maybe that's where we were on different pages because me, I'm a planner. I take time to put things together. You execute, which is also why I think you guys are a perfect balance.
Yes. She's very good at execution.
Yes.
I can talk about something for a while and be thinking about it, mulling it in my mind. Marinating on it. Like, just before I should be like, oh, we need to do this. Boom, it's done. I'm like, wow, okay.
That was fast. Yeah, like this.
Imagine.
How did you do this in less than 7 months?
That
This
actually
is-
was something God showed her. Go ahead, babe. Yeah.
Kerry, what would you tell Kerry a year ago? Was it a year ago? You guys didn't even plan your wedding a year ago.
About 7 months ago.
Yeah. What would you tell that Kerry that was planning her wedding? What would you, if you were to speak to her, what would you tell her?
I think there's one thing I have in common with her at this point still, that God is more interested in the success of your wedding and your marriage than you are. So at least she was at that point, she understood that God's got this, number one. So that's our meeting place. But I think I would tell her, I don't know what I'd tell. I'd tell her.
And I think this is what you're saying.
What?
And Kemari alluded to it.
What?
Like you knew what you wanted and you could execute. You had actually experienced planning
Too many
events and all that and weddings and
oh my
this,
God. But then
this,
I will
that, and the
tell,
other.
I will tell everyone, join wedding committees. If you ever want to get married in your life at one point, just a segue.
Yes. So I think what you would tell her is like, yes, I know I can execute. I know I can do all this, but let's just take it step by step and not.
Never tell her that.
Yes.
Bad advice.
Wait, you have zero regrets. Is that what you're saying?
I had a really good
No,
time.
that for sure. That
Like,
no doubt. But
it
is there something that you
exceeded my
wouldn't tell her?
expectation.
And by the way, it doesn't have to be with regards to how the wedding turned out. It could also be your emotional disposition. That maybe you would tell her, chill, relax. If this is stressing you, be easy about it. Or if there was something that happened during the wedding where perhaps your response to it, or during the planning, where your response to it could have been in a particular way, you'd have advised and go like, relax. Like you said before, God's got this. And it's fine if you don't.
I get it.
Yeah.
I think my posture through everything and through the planning was safety and security. I felt safe. You were there. You know, I was like, he'll deal with that. Like, he has a broader vision. Nothing is gonna crumble. So I had that buffer. You know how you're like, babangu yuko, like atakupiga. I had that safety.
Nimeitwa baba.
Yeah. There's someone calls you uncle, so baba. But I'm just saying, I had that safety. Then I had family. Like I had my sister, I had my aunts, friends. So it was just going to work out. Like I didn't have any sense of, maybe now the parts where we were like probably were short on cash for sorting out, one thing or another. But it really,
everything worked out. And
I
give glory
could
to
see
God
it
for
working
that.
out.
Yes. And I think you'd actually seen it before I saw it. But the thing for slowing down is like there was a shower which you missed because,
Oops.
yeah. So that's all I'm saying in terms of
Hold up. There's
in
a
terms
shower
of
you
just
missed.
slowing down a little bit. You're not saying take a full year. We're just saying
Let's
like,
go deeper. Let's go deeper.
Yeah.
I had 3 bridal showers and there were supposed to be 4. Within that 1 month of everything. There's supposed to be 4 bridal showers. So there's one, but also I think I want to blame my husband for that one. Because, let me blame you, kidogo.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah. Let me blame you a bit. Because
First, let her say it.
because he was advised by people who know me better on how to get me into a room. And he didn't take that advice.
Oh, wait. Are you the one who planned the other shower?
no, I didn't plan any of them.
Okay.
So the one she's referencing, it was her friends, her sister and her friends who were doing
And
it.
family, yeah.
And family. So they told me like, oh, just tell her this. I was like, why should, I should just tell her, make yourself available. At least in my mind, I was just like, hey, listen, make yourself available this
You
afternoon.
did not emphasize enough the importance.
They told me tell her this way. I was like, I think that's too much work. I can just tell her, make yourself available.
Right.
I want us to do something. Oh, she was like, oh, I'm working. And so I was like, oh, will you be able to get her early? Initially, she was like, yeah, let me see if I'll be able to get her early. She didn't but then she eventually went to it, but it was later on in the day.
Let me just tell you.
You made it.
I did.
Muhimu, you
I
made
did,
it.
but it was about to become a mess.
Oh, okay.
It was about to become a really big mess because they had planned it for so long. Yeah.
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 Okay. Let's change gears a bit.
Yeah.
We get so caught up planning a wedding that we forget we are supposed to also be preparing for our marriage. Which is also in part why I love this devotional that you have, that allows people to start thinking about their marriage early enough, perhaps even before they start planning their wedding.
Yep.
What would you tell a couple who, one, there's the couple who's already doing it, is already in the planning cycle, the wedding planning cycle, and then there's the couple who are yet to start. With regards to wedding planning versus marriage preparation, what would you tell them?
Yeah, this is something our pastor spoke to us, like, I think that first meeting. Like, maybe in the second meeting he mentioned this, but I remember him distinctly saying early on, like, listen, you can just go to the boardroom and do a wedding. All right? A wedding is basically easy to do. It's the marriage which you really need to be prepared for. The wedding is one day, marriage is a lifetime. So he talked to us about it, and she actually was the one who said, let's do a premarital, prepare ourselves, go through the premarital classes. Initially, I was like, are we ready yet even for premarital? Let's get to know each other a little bit better. But she was like, no, we really need to go for it. So do your premarital as early as possible. As soon as, I'll put it this way, as soon as you guys are like, actually, we're headed to marriage, boom, start off with the premarital. Don't even do anything else yet. Don't even start talking like to the parents, to rush you all. No. Don't even do that. As long as you two are like, hey,
So
I
before
think
you
we're
involve
heading,
your community.
yes, I think we're heading to marriage, do the premarital, because it helps clear certain things, like certain conversations maybe you're not having, they'll definitely come up in that premarital training and class.
Right.
Things maybe you're not discussing the right way before, the class will help you discuss them in a much healthier way. So yes, I think preparation is really key. And in that stage you can take as long as you want.
Right.
Yeah, but now once you go through that past stage and you're like, okay, actually we are doing this, then you can get into a mode and start executing. But the preparation itself, I think it's really key. Premarital, talk to people you respect and honor, just get their inputs and all that. But yes.
Kerry, there are brides who first, at least the thought is to first pick a wedding date. If I don't have a wedding date, then what am I doing? And not just brides and grooms. What am I doing thinking about marriage preparation? It almost feels as if first I need a wedding date in order for it to become a reality that I'm now getting married. What would you say to that?
That they are not ready for marriage, because marriage really calls on you to work on the person. It's not about a date. It's about the quality of the person you want to be as a partner in the future. And that should even start even when you're single. You don't start walking in purity when you meet someone to marry. There are many things that you do for yourself. And you stay ready so that you don't gotta get ready, You just stay ready. Because also, you never know when it's gonna happen. If you told me I'd be married in 2025, I'd have told you that's a lie. Like, I'm a 2025 bride. No, guys, I'm like, I'm a 2027 bride. Can't relate. Me, I didn't know. I was just like, I was preparing myself spiritually, physically. I think I took a lot of care of my body. And even when I met my husband, he was like so caring. Like, he helped me really care for myself. We were ready financially, also trying to save hapa na pale, although kuna mahali nilifanya makosa na mawili matatu, but
no, first let me give you credit where it's due.
Sure.
Not many couples have the kind of money that you had set aside from the onset. At least with the many that I've worked with, you have a wedding date, and then I ask you, but how much money do you have in the bank to begin to pay, to begin to commit? And not many people have what you guys had.
My husband calls it a chunk of change.
That was a very big chunk of change.
So,
sorry, there's something you're saying.
Yeah. No, but that's really good. So there was the preparation aspect. And I think, can you give me the book? There's a part of it, and I just need to read this out because this has become a very big part of who we are, preparing for the bridegroom, preparing for this earthly bridegroom, which is also preparing for the bridegroom, Jesus Christ, when he's coming for us. And part of it was readiness takes time. And here is something that may challenge you as you prepare for the heavenly bridegroom. We're also preparing for any earthly relationship that God may bring into our lives. If you're not preparing spiritually, then you're not preparing relationally. And becoming this godly spouse does not start on your wedding day. So there are many things to prepare and to do. It's not a miracle that will happen there. It starts now. It's discipline, it's character, it's prayer life, it's your ability to submit to God. And just there's something powerful about preparation. You know, people prepare for exams, you prepare for interviews, you prepare for big opportunities. But are we preparing for our marriage? Are we preparing for the heavenly bridegroom? And all those, you cannot say one to another. And I remember reading this out to someone on a plane just yesterday when I was coming in, and he said, I don't agree. And I told him, that's okay. But it's the factual thing about getting ready. The question is not whether he is coming or that your marriage is coming. The question is whether you are ready. And so preparation is king in every aspect. And not only pre-mat, but also the quality of the person you are. Because this is what many young people err on. And I'll say it because I've been there and I've erred on this. I had a list of qualities of how my person should look like and how they should be. But I had none of those qualities. Spends quality time with their family. Me, myself, I was busy just doing my own things. I was not there for my family. I must come from a certain kind of a family. And I was like, that's an unfair expectation. Must have this kind of education. Mi mwenyewe, I started my master's, ikakwama tu mahali. So why am I putting that pressure? And thank God my husband is educated. Oh, thank you, Jesus. But why am I setting these expectations on other people, yet I'm not even meeting half of them?
Yeah.
So it's never too early to begin preparing. You don't prepare when you have a wedding date. It's not a crash course. And there are so many other things you'll have needed to have done before the wedding. Like if you are like, oh, I want my skin to look this way, then now you're given the date, let's say by your boyfriend or your fiancé, we're getting married in September. You've not been doing your skincare. There's no miracle that will happen between now and September that will make you a beautiful bride, or rather a bride that is worthy to be
Whatever you guys have been doing on her skin, well done. Yeah, well done.
God has helped. God has really helped. Gone through.
Big shout out, by the way, to my youth pastor. My youth pastor said something very interesting when I was single. I had this. I always used to talk about my future wife, and the conversations of my life seemed to revolve around that day I will get married. And he said, go write a list of the things that you want to see in your wife. So I went and wrote. It was very detailed. The kind of list that you've just talked about. And then when I took it to him, he said, this is fantastic. Leave this with me. Give me a fresh piece of paper. And then say, now go write a list of the kind of man that deserves to marry this woman.
This kind of a woman.
I didn't know what was
That's
coming
next
my
level.
way. I didn't know what was coming my
Love
way. So I went and wrote that down, and then I took it to him, and then he said, fantastic, now go become this person.
So good.
Japheth Nthiwa, I was our youth pastor then,
So good.
That changed my perspective to what you're saying about preparation well in advance. Before we close, let me just talk about Niyara weddings. So right now, for example, when you go to our website, you will see there are free wedding planning resources. So you don't have a budget tracker, go download it. You don't have a calculator that will tell you how much to spend per category. How much should you spend? This is your budget. This is your total budget. So how much of that budget should you allocate to?
It was very good.
That was so good because you are like, you can't spend more than 10% on, or you can't, actually the one that killed us was, you can't spend less than, was it 40% on the food?
25%.
Less than 25%.
Your
on the
25%
food.
has to go to food.
Standard of the entire budget. That was dope.
Yeah, and it's based on the way couples have been spending over years. So the budget calculator, you need to plan how your timeline will look like the entire day. You need somewhere to write your guest list. All these templates are available. If you just go to our website, And we also have a masterclass that covers the first part of wedding planning. So how to craft your vision, the stuff that we were talking about just now. This episode is made possible by Zania Weddings and TEDMade Studios. Zania Weddings is an online wedding planning and coordination platform designed to help couples here in Kenya to plan their weddings. From budget trackers to vendor management to wedding planning checklists, Zania Weddings offers this and much more. So if you're planning a wedding and wondering where to start, visit zaniaweddings.com. That is zaniaweddings.com. TEDMed Studios is a passionate team of storytellers, creatives, and strategists producing high visual quality content, from podcasts like this to TV commercials and digital campaigns. If you're looking for a video production partner, look no further, visit tedmedstudios.com. That's tedmedstudios.com. Outro, we'll make it a bit cheeky because this is Weddings Bila Filter. And I'll start with you. What is the one thing that you love most about your wife?
Her heart.
Okay.
Yes.
Care to expound just a bit?
She's kind. She's sweet. She's very... she actually literally goes out of her way. Even yesterday, she started telling me about something, and I was like, I didn't tell her this, but I was like, wow, you literally went out of your way, helped this individual, and you left you depleted. You know, that's the kind of person she is. Like, she literally, she's so kind, so sweet, so caring. She'll literally go out of her way to actually be there for you, you know. And she values that a lot too, just being there, you know. Your presence itself. You even don't have to do anything, but just your presence.
Yeah.
She cares that about a lot, and I really like that about her, that she'll actually go out of her way and just be a blessing.
All right.
Yes.
Beautiful. One thing you love, guys need a room, by the way.
Thank you. That was so sweet.
So this is what it feels to be a third wheel.
No, that was cute.
One thing you love most.
My husband is committed and dedicated. Like, he's just, if he's there, it'll get did. Yeah. When he puts his mind to it, not everything. When he puts his mind to it, I know.
It's done.
I know that I can just sleep. But if he doesn't want to do it, Pia, he's dedicated.
If you think about it, it's the same quality.
It is.
No, as in, if he doesn't want to do it, he's dedicated.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I normally know the tasks that tire him. Yeah. He'll just be like, But the thing I celebrate about you is your dedication. And specifically, I'll say to our growing family. My husband is husband of the year. Like, top. I don't think there's any like...
It's such a blessing to hear you say that because of your journey towards this. And then for those who do not know her journey, please, you will find it somewhere online. Just Google Kerry Kagiri relationships. You will find it somewhere.
Successes and failures.
Yeah. Pet peeve. The one thing that just icks you about your wife.
She can get tight. That part, like, she gets really tight.
That's a good quality.
That's not good.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, what did you mean? So adulterated.
Yeah,
we probably should have put like a... Anyway, if you get it, you get it.
If you don't get it, forget about it.
That is not a pet peeve, Mr. Kamau.
No, he doesn't mean that.
Oh, clarify.
Yeah, so I don't know if I call it impatience.
Strict.
Oh, this is it. At least this is how it comes off on my side.
Yeah.
Sometimes, not sometimes, it seems she majors on the minors. And I'm like, really? You know, like, certain things are like, okay, you know, the car wasn't washed this morning. It will still get washed later.
Do you really want
like,
do you want to talk about that?
No, excuse
I
me.
don't want to talk about it yet.
It's his moment.
Okay.
We're coming to you.
But sometimes I'm like, why are you measuring on the minors? It's not a big deal. Like, it will get done. Maybe it didn't get done. Like, you want it done by 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, we can still do it at 12 noon. You know, were you tight about it? Like, just flow. Just be easy. You know?
Are we measuring on the minors right now?
Let me just tell
But
you.
what's your pet peeve?
No, let's talk about the car.
Okay.
I want to talk about it. As in, do you know how embarrassed I was when we were driving here? Like hiyo gari imejaa matope. Thursday,
It
Friday,
has been
I
raining.
traveled.
It has been
I
raining.
traveled and I came back and the car was
It
still
has
in the
been
same
raining.
state.
It has been raining. Why wash a car when it's raining?
Oh my God.
Just waiting for it to go down.
That
you know,
is
and then,
such a dude
Yeah.
philosophy. It makes
yeah,
sense.
it's raining.
I mean, now that you've said
I
it,
wash it.
As
Like
in-
literally, we
I
wash
get
it.
it.
We go out, come back,
yeah,
it's dirty.
yeah. What's the
No.
point?
Let the rain dissipate a bit.
Was still
Yeah.
5 minutes after you've driven out of your house, it's just as dirty. So
There's no
Exactly.
this collection of
Exactly.
matope
Exactly.
on the side of the car. Inaka kama ni design. It's
Yeah.
white and a brown
Yes.
line. Oh my God.
You have no shame
I
in your
traveled.
game.
So
You go
I
for it.
traveled. I literally flew back for this interview, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And so I traveled. So that was Thursday.
Yeah.
The car was supposed to get washed. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
You know what's interesting?
What? Even your car is not
No,
washed.
no, no. Like, this is a text my bro needed me. Just, this is so interesting. I need to read it. Here it is. I had asked him, so I had his car, and then I told him, please let me wash the car. And then he said, the reason I said I'm not washing the car is because of the rain. I feel so sad after washing the car and it gets dirty in under 16 hours.
No.
I guess it's just a dude thing.
No.
Let's just call it a dude thing.
Yeah, so the pet peeve I have about my husband can be a king of procrastination. Yeah. Because yesterday afternoon, that car could have been washed.
We were
I
still
called
on the
the
car.
person.
You are not supposed to
him.
call no person. You're supposed to take the car to the car wash. You
No,
cannot
we have
relinquish
one person.
your responsibility.
We have one person. Why are we getting business away from him? I called him. He's like, hey, I'm not around,
Yeah,
but I'll be around
procrastinator.
tomorrow.
It's my time.
Okay.
Why are you not saying it's my time?
It is your time.
It's my time,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
It is your
It's your
time. My
time.
apologies. It's
So,
John.
Yeah, okay.
yeah. So,
It's Kerry's time.
so my darling husband can procrastinate.
Yeah.
He can say it's gonna get did if it's not top of his agenda and it's minor according to him. When it's a major to me, it's not gonna get did, and I just have to kind of understand. A case in point, our plants died.
Oh, like your house plants.
We had the house plant is alive because I'm fully responsible for that baby.
Yeah.
But the outside balcony plants are his responsibility. Okay? And they died. They are now kind of recovering.
Not kind of. They're coming back to life.
Yeah. But it took me majoring on the minors and becoming tight for them to. I had to wear my belt. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but yeah, that's a pet peeve. I'm just like, when I just see how he responds about a thing, I just know, yo, acha tu.
You know what? My wife will probably feel you. right now,
That's something that needs to get did.
there's something that needs to get did. Yeah, it's a switch for the shower.
Oi.
Which what I've done is I've just put sellotape. It's working. It's working. We'll come back to it. Yeah. In my head, I'm like, I need to go to town to get the right switch because now this switch was bought by the electrician. He didn't get it right. So if it's going to get done, anyway,
Welcome to marriage.
My wife would feel you 100%. Last question. You guys have been married, 7 months now? At least at the time of this recording, it's a few days to 7 months.
Right.
Yes.
And what is your one piece of advice that, John, you would give a man who is currently dating? And what is the one piece of advice that you would give, and we'll start with you,
Okay.
that you would give a lady who is currently dating?
Wow. I think I'll say just have clarity on what you all are doing, because dating is for data. It's a time to ask the real questions and get the information on the person you're with. And so just have that clarity, ask so many questions, date in purity. There's no compromise. He won't love you more if you compromise, or she won't love you more if you compromise on your values. And so I'll encourage you to just kind of know where this is going and start working towards it. My desire would be that you guys want to build a family, a godly family, which is really the root of every society. And just pray a lot. Pray a lot. There's some wisdom that comes with spending quality time in prayer and seeking God's face. He'll give you wisdom on whether to continue or to end. And let me say one thing. There's no embarrassment of ending a relationship if it's not the right place that you need to be going. Please be brave. You'd rather end now because you're going to be married way longer than you've been single. This is eternity. Like the choice I've made with John, it hits me every day that this is my forever life. Whoever he is, even king of procrastination, that's my husband. And I have to just really figure out how to support him when I notice the flaws that he has. And we just have to be committed to journey together. And so it starts now. And finally.
As you do your finally, I also want you to ask, because there's something you've said about, and I don't know if ladies would struggle with this, you're dating, you're not sure what this is. So is it proper for the lady to ask the guy, what's this?
Yeah.
I kind of feel as if our culture doesn't allow for the lady to ask such a question. It kind of feels as if she is, hey, chicks, you relax, Tulia.
Let me tell you, the sooner you ask, the sooner you find out, the better. It's a painful bandage to realize that he just likes your company, but he's not like going to settle or commit to you. It's painful. But the sooner you realize, the faster you move. And the faster you meet and get closer to the person that God has set aside for you to marry. And yeah. But the finally was, what was it? Train of thought? I think I lost it.
Let me go and then I'll come
Sure.
back to yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
No. So if you're a guy and you're currently dating, and this is how our mind works, like just make a decision. What am I dating for? If you've not made that decision before, that's the first thing. What do I want to do? Am I still in my, immature stages where I'm talking to everybody? Or am I ready to get married? If you've not made that decision and change of mindset, be very clear. Am I here just to hang out, or am I actually here for marriage? And once you make that decision in your mind, you'll be very clear on what you're doing. Like, okay, yeah, I'm just here to have fun. Okay, if that's really what you're doing, okay, you're there to have fun, and let the lady know. Don't waste her time if she's looking for something else. Like, hey, I'm just here to have fun. But if you're really serious about now headed into marriage, okay, and that will also make you'll start, and we do this as men, you'll start dating a different kind of person because you already know, like, okay, this is really who I want as a wife. This is who I like as a wife. So if you're currently dating and you had made that decision, like, okay, I'm dating for marriage, okay, look at the person you're with. Is she really what I want in a wife? And if she's not, move on as quickly as possible. If she is, very good. Now, both of you start working together. Meet your pastors. Even if it's not a pastor, meet somebody who can hold you accountable because you want to walk in purity. Bring that person in as quickly as possible, a couple in, and it's somebody you should be able to trust and somebody who's mature enough, somebody who can tell you the truth and you'll be offended about it. Yes, you may feel bad, but you won't feel offended because you already have a relationship with them. Yeah. Usually when somebody you don't have a relationship with, even if they tell you the truth, you're like, who are they? I don't know them. Why are they telling me this stuff? But somebody who you actually trust, who you know well, when they tell you the truth, you'll just be like, man, yeah, I feel bad about you feel bad about it, but you'll be like, I'll listen to them because I know they have my best interest at heart. So yeah, that's what I would tell somebody if you're already dating.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Has it imerudi?
Maybe I'll just say, don't be afraid. And don't, because there's too many bad examples of relationships, especially in the homes that many people grew up in. And the good stories are rarely told. So don't be afraid to start your own family and your own culture. And this story of projecting, there's this girl, she was just doing content. It was supposed to be funny, but I laughed at the first one, but when it came the second and the third and the fourth one, my heart broke. And this is what she was doing. She was calling her friends and then she was saying, men. And then someone replies, liars, liars. It's and men. I don't even talk about men. Like, it was just like her whole circle. It was supposed to be funny, but that was so heartbreaking. The two of them shouted, liars. The other one said, men, are to be feared or something. Man,
That's unfortunate.
It was so bad. And I always ask people, when you generalize like that, have you met all men?
And vice versa as well.
Yes, and women as well. Eh.
When men say that about
Yeah,
women.
because
have you
it
met all
does
women?
happen. And so I'm just saying it's a brave decision for me. And no men put like, uko honeymoon, uko honeymoon utaona, umeanza tu. And I'm like, God, please, for your glory, prove them wrong. That you may be lifted up in this nation and in this institution of marriage. Please, for the life of me, help me, Lord, to be able to stand and help my husband to be able to stand as well. Because there's that analogy of, mko tu hivyo juu ni saa hii. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, honeymoon should be a lifetime.
Right.
That's what really it
So
is.
make your own culture. Set up your own
Yes.
culture. Even as you begin now, know that's what you're building. Is that the father for your children? Really? Is that the wife that you want to bring into your family? Really? Please ask the hard questions.
Yeah. You guys have not been married for 7 months. It doesn't look like it. With all the wisdom that you've shared and vulnerability as well. I can't appreciate you guys enough for coming, for making sure that you make it. Thank you. Thank you so very much, guys.
Yeah, thank you for having us. This is really, it's always an honor. Always an honor. And yeah, we support you in all you're doing. We are really happy in this new season you're in, this new journey. We feel bad. You're no longer a planner. We know we'll
But
still
you have
talk
the
to people about
platforms,
it.
yes.
But you do have the platforms and all that. So yes, we are looking forward to what God will do here.
Right.
We believe it will be a big podcast.
Amen.
Yes. Yeah.
And by the way, if you are a couple whose story you would like to share, you'd like to share your story as a couple, and we talk about weddings and weddings into marriage. It's not just about weddings, but weddings into marriage. Please contact us. The contacts are right here below, so that we can be able to bring you on board, and you can, like we had said before, inspire and dream with couples, but also caution them on the journey that is coming up ahead. So please reach out to us. And again, if you like the content that we're sharing here, please make sure to subscribe so that you can get more notifications when we put out any content. My name is Kimari Maina. It has been an absolute pleasure having this couple here and having this conversation. We'll catch you in the next podcast.